Last time on Roll for Distraction, Starfall. As the crawler began its journey towards Starfall City, they detected a fast-moving craft on their radar. The party deployed in their mechs to defend the crawler from the unknown attacker. A moment later, a mech that was more like an exosuit flew in from the south and landed in front of them. It attempted to communicate, but its speech was garbled and unintelligible. It attacked the party, along with a few drones that had previously been cloaked. While the lone mech was certainly much more threatening than it looked, the party managed to defeat it. They looted its very advanced sword and brought the wreckage inside for further examination. Inside the mech was a human corpse, who was very emaciated and hardwired into the suit. Iceman, the crawler's veteran mech pilot, recognized a logo on the mech as the emblem of the Opus Institute, a mysterious corporation based far to the south. However, Iceman always knew Opus to be obsessed with keeping up their shiny, superior image, and this mech was old and rusted. Despite its apparent age, most of its systems are too advanced for anyone on the crawler to figure out. Somewhat perplexed, the crows carried on their course toward Starfall.
Hi, everyone.
Hello,
Big robots.
We're here.
Didn't see you there.
This is big robot time.
Big robots.
Yay.
So, big robot time. Last time you guys fought Small Robot. Small Robot was very strong, but he was outnumbered and defeated.
He was defeated. We shot off both his legs.
Hey, defeated.
Yes.
Oh, I get
Alright,
it.
the show's over.
It's funny because, a good time was had by all.
Except that guy.
Except that guy.
Anyway, Small Robot had a thing, an emblem of a corporation called the Opus Institute, but worn out and old and mysterious looking. So, spooky.
Not as worn out as his legs. Or this joke. Moving on.
It has been a couple of days. You guys have done some repairs and such. You have elected not to buy anything from the trader because it was expensive. And
Just a little bit.
Damon has a sword now.
Woo!
Ka-ching.
Dave, where'd you get the sword?
I found it. Brick killed the guy.
Jinx.
That was
Jinx.
perfectly
I
simultaneous.
know.
Okay,
What did
so
we do with Iron Man?
Oh, we're dissecting
literally
him
with
in the
his
lab.
body. You just have it locked up in the lab or whatever.
We're kind of just
great.
carving him up for parts.
That's definitely not going to come back to haunt us.
That you have to dune him. You have to suck him dry and get all his water.
First off, don't say it like that.
Anyway, been a couple of days. You've traveled further south. While you're still technically within the region known as the Arid Steppes, you're getting far south enough that it's now, instead of being one of those hot deserts, it's one of those cold deserts now. There's wind blowing
Tundra.
up from the south.
The word you're looking for is tundra.
Yeah, real dry, real cold. So, as you're traveling along, a couple days after the incident with the little Iron Man robot, you guys get not an emergency alert or anything, just a ping over your data pads or whatever, your little comm systems, a text message essentially from the bridge crew, non-specifically, that just says that they've picked up an SOS beacon of some sort, just a little bit to
Salvage or scrap?
Probably. SOS signal a little bit to that way east of you guys. So yeah, you suit up, as is your job to do, and head outside. Like I said, it is cold, so where you guys are, you're looking at what was probably once a river, or perhaps just a very skinny lake that is completely frozen over, and the pingy that you have for this SOS beacon that you're hoping is just scrap is just a couple kilometers to the east across this frozen lake that can support your mechs, but obviously can't support the crawler, so that's why they're sending you.
Dang.
Well,
Great.
Alright. Let's load them up.
Before you head out, does anyone want to take anything in or out of their inventory? I don't know.
I guess I'll put...
If anyone is just sitting on some scrap that they don't feel like carrying around, or do you want to have scrap that you can have for repairs or something?
I'm going to put 2 T2 scrap into the mech.
Okay.
Yep, I'm still just carrying my 2T2 scrap. As soon as we launch, I would like to spend 3 energy points for a 9 HP bubble shield.
Okay, it's just immediate bubble. Yeah, I mean, it lasts until dismissed or disabled, so yep.
It lasts until it doesn't.
Yeah, you step out and project your bubble, and you stay in a tight formation as you head across this ice field. It's just to the horizon, basically. It's a little tense walking across this thing. It crackles a little bit every now and then, but you don't feel anything give, despite the weight of your mechs. And sure enough, 30-40 minutes later, you've walked, and you're picking up on your short-range radios just a looping SOS, just a Morse code, D-D-D-D-D-D-D-D, you know?
D-D-D-D-D-D-D.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Phenomena.
Thank you. Does anyone want to use that little scanner thing that we used in episode 1?
Sure.
No.
As you approach an area? I think
I
either
have
Ryan or
one.
Alex had it. Yeah. Go ahead. Give me a scan. Seems like a habit to have as you approach areas.
I rolled a 5, 2 to 5. Your scan fails to find any useful information about the area.
Well,
Shit.
just static out there. Unfortunate, but is what it is sometimes. You're not picking up any movement or anything obvious like that. But sure enough, a few minutes later, you arrive at what looks to have once been a small village, shantytown of sorts. It's just a few metal huts. Unfortunately, it does look like a battle took place here. There are a few obvious corpses about. But before you have a moment to really inspect, earthquake. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Shaky, shaky, shaky. The ice field behind you collapses.
Oh.
We're dead.
The
See ya.
entire
No,
ice
Game
behind
over.
you've made it past the ice. You're back on solid land again.
So,
So now we
but now
can't turn around.
there's like 3 kilometers of canyon in between you
Shit.
and the crawler.
Would you say it's grand?
no.
Nah.
Yeah. It's grandiose. So yes, a moment later, after the shaking settles, you guys get a call on the radio from Iceman, and he says, "Did you guys make it across? Are you all right over there?"
No, we died at the bottom of the canyon.
I says, man, now I gotta rebuild all that.
We're good, dude, but we can't come back home for a bit.
All right, sit tight. Feel free to poke around or scrap wherever you're gonna do. We will perform a long-range scan, and we'll figure out a rendezvous point. Should just be a couple of minutes.
All right.
Roger. Can I metal detector in this area?
You may metal detector. Give me a metal
I
detector
have my
roll.
passive one, and then I would like to do an active.
Give me the passive first. Get that out of
The
the way.
passive does not work. I do not roll
Okay.
a 20. Now I'm going to do my active. I spend 2 EP.
Okay.
It scans the area within range and reveals any scrap systems, chassis, or modules, or area salvage points in the location, as well as any buried or hidden metallic threats such as mines or mechs waiting in ambush, with a range of medium.
Okay. So yeah, medium range covers pretty much this whole area. It's just a few small huts. Obviously, a lot of metal. The buildings themselves are made of metal. Certainly, this area is a motorcycle.
This area is motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, wow. That's
That
pretty
really
neat.
derailed me. Certainly, this area is a salvageable area. You could roll for salvage here. But before we do that, immediately what you find first is the barely functioning radio that is transmitting this SOS. It's just on one of the corpses here, a little handheld thing. The other piece of metal that you find is a drone of some sort. It's a similar design to the ones that came with the Iron Man guy last time, but a bit different. It's a different model of the same kind of hover drone, perhaps, and a bunch of bullet holes, like it was in a fight.
I'm trying to see if my hacking kit can actually, allow me to pull any data from this drone. Oh, actually, Eggs Mayhem can. So I can do that.
Yeah, that seems more likely. Just like last time, where you tried to scan into a shot-up deactivated mech, I'm gonna make you roll once to hotwire it to even have power.
Can I try and do repairs? Because I have Mech Guyver. I can, like, repair it. Improv repair. I also have a portable arc welder. So I could do the hardware repairs and then...
Sure. John, you give me a d20 roll for that on the general core resolution.
It's an 8.
That falls in the tough choice. You succeed in your action, but at a cost. Okay, you fire it up, Dredge, but as you do, it turns on and shoots you. It just fires off a shot. So
Pings me in the shoulder.
You Dredge, you the man, not the mech, because you have to get out to do this. You take
Dredge the man.
It would be 2. It's doubled mech weapons to humans. So you take 4 HP damage.
Ow! You fucker!
Nice knowing you, Dredge.
Does it stop shooting or does it?
It just fires off 1 bullet the second you hotwire it.
Fuck! Ow!
You're okay, but that hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a third of my health.
Ouch.
But yeah, so you've got it on. Obviously, it's not flying anytime soon. It's shot to shit, but you can get into its systems. Damon, if you would like to roll for Eggs Mayhem hacking.
That is a 13, so I have successfully hacked into it and can ask 3 questions to the mediator about it. The answers they give must be true.
Go ahead.
I would like to access the video log to see what caused it to get shut up.
Sure. So it's a pretty short log, but basically you see it flying into this village along with its several other drones of its ilk. Starts opening fire, seemingly unprovoked, on these villagers. They return fire, and this drone goes down pretty quickly. So you're not sure what happens with the rest of the battle, but yeah, it seemed to be an unprovoked attack.
It looks like the villagers lost.
Yes, overall, yes. This is the only drone you find, but there are several dead villagers, so...
Are there any Opus Institute markings on this drone? This is observational. This isn't one of my Eggs Mayhem questions.
It has the colors of it, the blue and white, but doesn't have the obvious logo.
Okay, cool. How far away did it take off from us?
It was deployed many miles south, probably on the northern edge of the southern ice field region.
Does it have a navigation log? I'm sure this has some sort of nav system for its ability to move around. We could see where it came from and how it got here.
It shows where its launch point is, but if you compare it to your world map, you don't know of any buildings or anything being there. It's possible there's a structure there. It's kind of along your path, so... Well,
it's also possible that Opus Institute has mobile bases like us. It's like...
Yeah, it may have very well been deployed from, a big truck, another crawler-like structure.
One more question. Anyone else have suggestions?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I was thinking it, and I was like, I've made that joke one too many times, maybe. Thank you for doing it for me.
No problem.
I'm thinking, was this attack pre-programmed, or were they being controlled remotely?
They are not direct piloted like a manual video game. They have an onboard AI that drives them.
Okay, so pre-programmed. Got it. That's all 3.
That's all 3. And while you're here, if somebody would like to roll for salvage, let me just check my notes how much salvage is here. You can roll once on salvage here. It's a small area.
I'll roll for salvage.
Someone wants to roll the area salvage table. Go ahead.
Sure. Oh, there we go. 6. I got it. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you got a 6, which puts you in the not bad tier. So you get 2 scrap of the area's tech level, which is 2, so you get 2 T2 scrap. Brian, Mac, if you'd like to put that in your inventory or Mech's inventory, fill 2 boxes with T2.
Gotcha. 1, 2, done.
And that's this area's supply exhausted.
We're taking the buildings apart.
Yeah, there's not much of value.
We have this drone,
some bits of the drone, some components from the radios and stuff, but a lot of the metal itself is too rusted to be worth.
The drone's not working?
The drone's not really working, but it's got some components you can take. Anyway, a few moments later, you guys get a transmission back from the nest, and they have for you a map of the area. which I have done in the style of the game. Let me just send you that. That is in Discord for you now. It is on screen for the YouTube watchers. If you continue heading south for a few more kilometers, you will eventually reach the tip of this ravine. Yes, Gerard.
You spelled unknown wrong.
Okay.
I'm whispering so no one hears this.
It's okay. I'll fix it before the episode.
What's that?
Leave it
It's
in.
the unknown.
Maybe I won't.
I
Maybe
believe
don't
it says
fucking
the
care.
uncone.
It's fine.
The uncown.
What we're looking at here is a map, and so the way these maps work, just as a mechanical point for you guys, for the mech party to travel between any of these boxes takes about an hour.
Oh, God.
Which, obviously we just go, yeah, and you're there, right? Not an hour in real life.
Yeah.
No, we sit here for an hour as we travel in real
And
time.
you guys can bounce around them in any order you want. The crawler is much slower than you, so you've got plenty of time to kill if you feel like visiting all of these sites. If you visit one of them and something bad happens and you want to just beeline to the rendezvous point, you can do that instead. You guys are totally free to do whatever you want to do, but you have the coordinates. For audio listeners, from where they are at their current point, which is labeled as Beacon, the SOS Beacon, they can go either further east toward an area that's just labeled Interference, very mysterious, or they can go further south toward an unknown life sign.
I kind of want to go life side. What are you guys feeling?
You guys can take your pick on that. There's 5 of you, so vote, I guess.
I do have a question about heavy metal reading, though, which will affect my next choice. When you say heavy metal, do you mean like heavy metals as in the periodic table heavy metals? Or heavy metal as in like there's lots of
Music.
robots there?
More in the periodic table sense.
Okay.
Let's go mine some uranium.
But anyway, right now,
Uranium
you've got
fever.
everybody who votes for go towards Interference, say aye.
I guess.
I heard 2. Everybody who votes for Unknown Life Sign, say aye.
Aye.
Well, that's 2.
Brian?
Interference or
Heavy
life?
metal reading. No, aircraft crash.
No, Brian, you're at Beacon.
Okay. We have to go
You
to
gotta
one
follow
of the
the line.
connected
All
All
right,
right.
fine.
There's a mountain in the way.
If I'm the tiebreaker, uncone.
I feel like that just had the same energy of, we are Hunter.
No, I'm not that angry yet.
No.
But just,
Yeah.
I want to go to this. No.
So yes, you guys will head south for a little while, and after another hour or so of hiking over some very rugged terrain, you come over a ridge and are very surprised to immediately see a few things. The first thing is about half a kilometer away from you is another village, a little bit bigger than the last one, but looks like it's still got people in it. And at the center of that village is a really big gun, like a really huge laser turret, pointed at you. In front of you, much closer, maybe 50 feet, is an older gentleman, and he's holding 2 flags, a white flag and a black flag. And he's just kind of waving both of them at you to sort of get your attention. What say you?
He's got the checkered flag. I guess this is the end of the race.
No,
Kill
they're
him.
not checkered. Each flag is one color.
Hail him on the comms.
He's like 30 feet from you. You can just yell.
Hey!
Go there.
What's your
Look at the
name?
big gun!
What's your business here? He says back to you.
Just passing
mother.
through, man. We got an SOS beacon at a town over there. We just wanted to check it out, make sure everybody was okay. They were
and
not.
the ice shelf broke behind us, so we have no choice.
Ah, yeah, that earthquake. Are you folks with the Union?
Are you with the Union?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are. Yes, the game's called Salvage Union. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's in the name.
He's
What are we, some kind of salvage union?
He said the name.
He's like,
roll
oh,
credits.
good. And he looks down at his hands with the flags for a second, and he goes, oh, I almost raised the wrong one. And he holds up the white flag and waves it around a second, and the big gun sort of powers down and stops glowing. And he's like, he waves them like, come on through.
Come on down to the butter barn.
What?
No. Oh my god. Fucking fly on the wall just exploded. Anyway, yes, the big gun powers down, and you're allowed to walk toward the town.
And this is where we take it over.
I mean, you probably could, but these seem like just
Somebody
nice
stop me.
random wastelanders, the type of people that your trader trades with during downtime. If you'd like to ask them any questions about the area, you can probably do that. Otherwise, if you want to just pass by, you can just pass by.
I'd like to ask you about the area.
I'd like to ask you about that interference area on our map. Do you know what's over there?
Can't rightly say. It's, we don't have a good long-range scanner or anything like that, so just some basic radio equipment here.
Do you have any wares for trade?
He's like, well, we got some old trucks and some food and stuff, but if you folks are with the crawler, I assume you have people who handle that kind of thing.
How much for the big laser gun?
Probably a lot.
He's like, well, it ain't that special, but it's what we got, so we can't really part with it right now.
We'll give you Mac.
We'll give you this guy.
I always wanted to be in the circus.
You don't understand how the circus works. Anyway, any further questions for the nice gentleman?
You get these earthquakes often?
Oh, from time to time. I think we must be on some kind of fault line, hence the giant canyon.
Well, whose fault is that?
Tss.
I'll see myself out.
You
Alright.
get out.
Goodbye,
Now we're definitely
everybody.
selling you.
I'll remember you all in therapy.
No, you won't.
I'd like to ask him about the heavy metal readings and if it's radioactive heavy metals or just heavy metals.
He's like, you probably picked up an old factory out that way. We haven't been out there in quite some time. Not sure if anyone's living there these days, but yeah, it's some old industrial factory from before all the wars.
Do we want to head out that way?
Cool, thanks, bye.
So speaking of which, your options are to either go to that heavy metal reading, or to go further south to the next zone, which is labeled Encrypted Radio Signal.
Let's go to heavy metal reading.
Everybody cool with a bit of heavy metal reading?
I'm
Sure.
down. I'm down with that
So cool.
sickness.
The nice old man says, well, thanks for not shooting us.
Same.
Likewise.
Good luck.
You too.
Bye-bye.
And you head out of the little village and make your way
Downtown.
east to the heavy metal reading.
What a nice
And-
man. Didn't murder us.
Crazy.
I mean, the bar is so low out here.
Have you watched the Fallout show yet?
No, not
No.
yet.
The first two episodes.
Okay,
I think I'm like
I'm not
3 or
gonna-
4 episodes in.
Yeah, Colin, you know what I'm talking about. There's a scene pretty early on that's basically that, where the main character runs into like a random wastelander. He's like, "Thanks for not shooting me." Like,
Oh, is it the guy with no pants?
I believe it was the guy with no pants. Yes, it's a great show. Anyway, you arrive sometime later at this factory, and as advertised, it's a big sort of warehouse-sized building. The remains of a fence around the perimeter, some old burned-out husks of vehicles, and the like. And unfortunately, it does appear that the building is now inhabited by raiders, speaking of Fallout. Similar
Lost
to
Ark.
the folks that
Unfortunately
you fought.
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to the folks
Yeah.
that you fought in the first episode. It's a larger force. It's a few trucks and a few tanks. If anyone would like to do any scanning or anything like that, if you stay here too long, they will eventually notice you in your giant glowing bubble over the ridge, but
Could I metal detector again?
just an absolute shitfuck ton of metal. It seems that this was some sort of heavy metal production facility that made industrial components. So there's gears and robot arms and things like that, vaguely in shape that you're picking up, that are made of pretty rare metals, not just like steel and stuff, you know.
Got
So
some titanium in there. I smell
yeah, a
it.
bit of titanium, that sort of nature.
Do we want to rip this place apart, or...
Well, first we'd have to rip apart the raiders, but
That's what I mean.
Any objections to violence?
Your silence
great.
speaks
I
volumes.
guess.
Open fire.
Somebody roll the initiative thing, the group initiative table.
15.
Okay, Colin shouted a number first. 15 is quick draw. one pilot chosen by the players acts first. So pick one of you to go first, and then we will
John.
go. Give me a moment to just sort out the sheet on my end.
Well, every pirate only ever votes for himself. I vote me. That's 2 votes for me. I win.
Alright, Hoops would like to shoot first. What you see immediately in front of you on this side of the building, ready to be shot, are 3 trucks and 1 tank. There's probably more. You've seen others circling, and people will rev some stuff up. But 3 trucks and 1 tank. Everything currently within medium range. Who would like to go?
May I 30mm autocannon one of the trucks?
Sure.
It's not a good night for me. 2.
Well, yeah, that is a big ol' whiff. You hit the building behind them, and now they are aware of you.
Hello!
Bang!
You had one job.
Well, at least my gun didn't
one of
explode.
the trucks will begin driving in your general direction, and it will fire at your bubble.
Ah, shoot.
See, bubble.
I rolled a 5, so, all fair. They miss as well. One of you can go.
What's coming toward? A truck's coming toward us? Or
A truck
tank?
is coming toward you. There are 2 other trucks and a tank.
Whatever truck is closest to us, I'm going to grappling harpoon it.
Go for it.
14.
He's been pooned.
It's been pooned. I bring him closer.
Okay.
I bring him into close range so that we may fire upon him.
Yeah, 1 poon damage. That is Gerard's turn. And now I go. The tank will fire at the bubble. Tank rolled an 18. Colin, that is 6 damage to your bubble.
Okay, bubble is still up.
Yes, the bubble holds, but there's a very loud energy shield sound. And then back to you.
Can I shoot my laser?
Yeah.
But 9.
Since you're on the high end of that, I'll say you can hit with your attack, but if you want to go through with it, instead of taking the usual 1 heat, you'll take 2.
Okay, I'll do it. So I'm down to 8
Okay.
heat.
Okay, you fire your big green laser at... you should have started at 0 heat, so, you're fine.
Oh, that's
you
my
fire
heat
your-
cap. Sorry, I misread that.
Yeah. You fire your big green laser at the tank. It melts off a big slice of its armor, but it does not stop working or anything. It is still functional.
At least I got something.
Another truck will go. So another truck is going to fire at the bubble. That's a 4. These trucks are terrible. Back to you guys.
Range are they?
One of the trucks has been pooned and is close to you. The others are all in medium.
I'm gonna go for the pooned and autocannon it.
Okay.
15.
You got him. And that is 4 damage, and that is a dead truck.
I'll take it.
Can trucks
It
die?
has been blown up. The harpoon is now available again.
Wait, so yeah, there's people in the truck, or what happened?
Yeah, there's people in the truck. They are also
the
dead.
truck-
I'm just, I'm gonna be so graphic about it.
Oh, I want the graphicness. Tell me how
Alright,
they
well,
died.
fine.
Is
It's a
blood
fucking
everywhere?
bloody mess of guts and viscera everywhere, all over
The truck
the
explodes,
windshield
you hear
of-
the screaming and crying,
I
people
want
burning
to
alive
see the
inside.
pink mist!
I'll never see my wife and children again. No.
One guy's crying for his mom. It's real sad.
I use my escape hatch. I run up to the man. I cradle him in my arms. And I say, "I'm sorry," and I stab him with my knife.
Anyway, another truck goes. It's gonna try to shoot the bubble. 12. That hits the bubble. That is 4 damage to the bubble because these guys also have autocannons on their trucks.
Okay, 1 damage goes through. Pick a target.
You. Yeah, seemed obvious. Yeah, you take 1 SP as a barrage of bullets hit it, and it goes down just before the last 1 or 2 bullets make it through and hit you. And then, Colin, it's your turn. You're the last player.
Cool. Bubbles back up.
Okay, how much are you spending on it?
I'm gonna spend 5 energy this time.
Back to me. Another truck drives around the side of the building. 19 to hit the bubble, so the bubble takes another 4. And then another tank drives around the side of the building.
You should probably focus the tanks.
You're all in the bubble still, yeah. So I can only target the bubble. But that is a 5, so that misses. That swings just a little high. And that is the round. Back to you guys.
Gee, pull the tank in.
Is one of the tanks in medium range?
One of them is, but it's the one that's already very severely damaged. So do with that what you will. The other one is in long.
Well, that one I can't do anything about. I'm gonna pin the more damaged one. Roll to pin. That's a 17.
It's been pooned and pulled.
Pooned and pulled. Get over here!
However, that was incredibly unwise because now you are in the bubble with a tank.
Haha!
It is pointing its big tank gun at you.
I ain't scared.
It rolled an 18. So
He's a little scared.
Giuseppe, the tank has a very easy shot now that you've pulled it very close to you, and it blasts you for 6 SP.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Can I go again?
You may go, Colin.
Yay! I'm gonna fire up my monomolecular blade and slice the tank.
I'm
Okay.
going to fire up my blade, and then I'm going to chop him in half.
14.
You've hit it. It had 1 health, so yeah, you cut the tank in half like fucking Metal Gear Rising. It's very cool.
It fucking just falls in half.
It's like a perfect lightsaber cut where it's all orange in the middle. That's Colin's turn. One of the closer trucks will shoot the bubble, because that's what it can do. It won't, because I rolled bad. Back to you guys.
I'm gonna shoot another autocannon 30mm thingy at the person.
Brian, your options are 3 trucks or a tank, but the tank is in long, so you would have to move forward to do that.
Doesn't matter, I rolled a 2.
Alright.
Nice talking to you.
Unfortunate. But not a 1. So then another truck is going to go. This one is going to intentionally drive into the bubble, and it's going to try to shoot Faraday, the mech projecting the bubble. And I've rolled a 13, so that is 4 damage to your mech, Colin.
Okay.
As this truck pulls in and does a donut and blasts you a bit. Alex or John?
9 to hit that truck.
Well, as the Germans say, 9. No, never mind. Sorry. Tough
It
choice.
says tough choice. I'm looking at it right now.
That would be lower. I'm gonna say you hit it, you get your attack, but then after, like on the last bullet of the barrage, your gun jams. So you'd have to spend your next turn clearing it to use it. But that does kill this truck. That is all of its HP. It has 4.
Good.
So.
Good.
Then that other tank that just came around, it's gonna stay in long range, which it can do with its big tank gun, and try to shoot the bubble. For another 18 on my die, so Colin, that's 6 more damage to the bubble.
Okay.
And then Alex, you've got that tank at long range, or you've got a truck at medium.
Screw it. I'm gonna try big laser. What was that? Laser.
Laser
Big
rifle.
laser.
We're gonna try the big laser on the tank.
Go ahead.
Oh, I got a 12 this time. That's something.
Good job, you lasered him.
So yeah, you take your 1 heat, and the tank takes a hefty 4 damage, which again is not enough to kill it, but is most of its health.
Can I put out over the comms that the shield can't take much more?
Yes, you can talk freely. She can't take much more of this, Captain. Yeah, so back to you guys. Whomsoever wants to go. There is 1 truck in medium and 1 tank at long remaining.
I'm gonna shoot at the truck
Okay,
with my 30mm. 13.
that's a hit. And that is a dead truck. Or a truck full of dead people. Or what used to be a truck full of what used to be people. The only remaining entity is that tank, which is going to try to shoot at the bubble, staying at long range. 13, that's another 6 to the bubble.
1 damage goes through.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Brian, you take the 1 damage as the bubble collapses, and a bit of shrapnel from the tank shell strikes fly on the wall.
Wait, I have armored shield.
That's for blocking melee attacks only. It doesn't help you with the big
really?
gun. That's what it says.
Oh, okay.
You take 1 SP to your mech.
Oh, wait
You're
a minute,
okay.
wait a minute, no!
Oh,
fine.
where? 1
What?
SP.
No!
Boo-hoo.
Oh, the
I'm
horror.
down to 1.
Anyone other than Colin, you may go. The only thing remaining is that
Dumb
tank that's far away.
question.
Yes, Gerard.
Does moving count as a turn action?
No, you can move 1 range band, and then you can shoot. So if you want to move up to the point that the tank is in medium, and then fire at it with a medium range weapon, you can do so.
What I would
Unless
like
you're Brian, in which case you can move 2 range bands, but that's
I'm going to move within medium range, and then I'm going to activate one of my soldier abilities called Charge,
Okay.
where I can move within close range of the target.
Okay.
And then, if I make a melee attack weapon, you deal additional damage equal to the tech level of the weapon you are using.
Okay. So yeah, you can charge forward. I think you spend action points on that, I assume.
Yeah, one
Okay.
action point.
So yes, you Ham Calzone sprints forward, revs up its chainsaw, and takes a swing at this tank. Give me your roll. And if you hit, you do 1 extra damage.
That's a 13.
That's a hit, and sure enough, you sprint forward and you chainsaw this tank in half, which is sick as shit. And everyone claps. I don't know.
They clap, tink, tink, with their mech arms.
I clap my one mech arm against the barrel of my gun. Tap, 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 tap,
Like
tap, tap, tap.
Samus.
I unjam my gun. That's my turn. Man, look at all this free metal.
Look at all this free metal. Look at all those chickens.
Don't worry about the smell
Ignore
of
it.
burning bodies.
And yeah, sure enough, that is that. Nothing else emerges from the old factory, and everything is here for you to loot. That is it's certainly a good amount of stuff. Give me a second to first get you the stuff that you get for the trucks and the tank. Each of those trucks is worth 3 tier 2 scrap.
Oh boy, and you said there were 5?
There were 4.
Okay, so that's 12.
So that's 12 T2s. So you may have to divide that up amongst multiple people's
Let me
inventories.
take some notes.
The tanks between them is 8 T3s.
Jesus. Okay.
And then you can perform area salvage.
Okay.
So the supply here is 2, so you guys can roll. You actually roll to supply salvage here twice because it's a whole factory. It's a big area.
13?
John said 13. You find 3 scrap of the tech level of the area, which is 3, so that's 3 more T3s. And if someone would like to make a second roll.
15.
Brian just said teen, but it doesn't matter because all the teens are the same. That's 3 more T3s.
So we have 14 T3 and 12 T2
And
scrap.
12 twos.
I have 7 open slots.
Okay.
10 minutes of counting later.
And we are good.
You managed to pick up all of the shit against the odds.
I
And
Thanks
now
for
you're-
retroactively.
I am now your logistics officer, apparently.
Yes, you are.
you can count to 3.
I can count with both hands. Twice, because I closed the fingers too.
4. I can only count to 4.
count to 4. And yeah, that's this area done with. Depending on you guys' choices, we have time for one more area tonight. We're not going to get to downtime.
Should we perhaps do field repairs at a place like this that we know is clear? How's everybody looking?
I am okay right now.
If I can remember how that works.
Well, I also have a portable arc welder.
Captain, one of my logistics officer, one of my arms has fallen off.
I don't think that's true.
I took 6 damage in that
Okay,
fight.
yes, but you didn't specifically. Because that can happen.
My chainsaw arm is hanging on by a thread, Captain.
So, I can use a turn action repair to give you 3 SP using 2 of my AP. So I'm going to use 2 AP.
Okay.
That'd be pretty cool.
Actually, I'll use 4. So you
And
heal 6.
And that would give him his full 6 back.
Thanks, logistics officer.
When do we gain AP out here or no?
You do not. You get AP back on the ship, downtime.
Gotta take a nap.
Okay.
Anybody else in a bad way? I know, I think Gerard took the most damage, so.
I took 5 damage.
I am good now.
But I'm still 11 of 16, so.
Alex, I forgot to mention something.
Yeah.
When you area salvage, you gain 1 additional scrap of the tech level of the area and find at least 1 piece of scrap.
Oh, is that an ability you
Yep,
have?
that's area salvage.
Then you should have 2 more 3s.
2 more 3s. Okay, I can carry that.
So yes, from here on the map, we can either go back a little bit further north toward that interference area, or you can go south to an area labeled aircraft crash.
I say we go check out the interference.
Interference.
Yeah,
I vote
we can
interference
backtrack.
as well.
I heard at least 3 sures for interference.
Well, then we're going to interference.
Okay, the better part of an hour goes by. You walk back north a bit. Would anyone like to do one of those long-range scans?
Sure.
Beep, 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 beep. Scanning.
Oh, wait. No, I don't have a scanner, so I can't scan.
Okay, well, shut the hell up then. Would someone with a scanner like to scan?
I'll try it. See if I can do better than
Okay.
last time. 13.
13. What's the 13 get you?
Your scan is successful, and you may ask the mediator 3 questions about the scanned area. The answers they give must be true.
Okay, go ahead. Keeping in mind that this is an area of interference, so limited info, but
Yes.
it will be true. You have a better odds of cutting through it than the crawler did from far away.
Are there living beings in this area?
No, you're not detecting any.
Can I detect anything that was once living?
No, you're not detecting any organic material whatsoever, actually.
Okay.
Possibly some small plants or something, but nothing significant.
Yeah, nothing like a hunk of arm or something.
Well, sure.
Is there anything metallic that I'm scanning?
Yes, but only in small amounts. And actually, you follow that metallic signal, and it appears to be the only thing of interest in the area. Otherwise, it's just a rocky field. But eventually, you hone in on this little bit of metal detector type ping that you're picking up, and you find a pretty nondescript metal crate.
Oh.
About 5 feet on a side. Big heavy clamps over the lid. It looks very tightly locked. Not that you couldn't get into it with your guns and such, but no obvious markings of a company or a brand. No universal symbols like a biohazard symbol or a radiation symbol. Just a big metal box. Small amount of rust. And this is the only thing of interest in this interference area.
Is
it small enough that
causing
we can
the
take it with us?
interference?
You could put it into your inventory. Yeah, John, what did you say?
Is it causing the interference?
Very possibly. It's the only thing here that you've noticed.
Does anyone get a headache when they get close to it?
Well, none of you have gotten out of your mech, so
That's
that's
fair.
a question you would have to.
I guess, do we take it? I could slap it in the inventory, right?
Is it a Rubik's Cube? Try to solve it.
It is not a Rubik's Cube. It is a single surface except for the lid that is tightly clamped on.
Unclamp the lid. I want to seize what's in the box.
I mean, I have an arm. I could start trying to
like
pop
Brad
clamps.
Pitt, like Brad Pitt in that one movie.
You guys could
What's in the
certainly get it
box?
open if you wanted to. You might have to do some bending, but
Water bending?
that maybe this is a thing you should vote on. Just with mysterious boxes and RPGs.
I want to open the box. I wish to open
Yes.
the box.
I want to
That's
open the
two.
All in
box.
favor?
Rev's chainsaw arm.
I hear 2 for open the box. 3.
Open the box.
3 saying no. Oh, that's 3 for box. All right.
Democracy says I'm taking 10 steps back.
Before we cut into the box, would you guys like me to try and hack the lock to disable it?
We don't.
Sure,
Is it
man.
an electronic lock?
No, actually, it's entirely mechanical.
Chainsaw arm. Rev it up.
Ready the
Give me a
can
sec.
opener.
Giuseppe, you walk over to it. I assume the others maintain a respectful distance. As you do this, rev up your chainsaw and you start carefully cutting across the top to get the lid off. Before you even get halfway through it, mysterious black goo emerges from it
Of course it does.
and
no, it's
forms
Venom.
into weird little skittery monsters.
Oh, no. Oh, those are weird. I don't like them.
Did I just unleash the things from Prometheus?
Little bit.
We're
Or are
not
these
sure.
the things from Prey? These are
We'll
the
get
mimics
into
from
it.
Prey.
Somebody give me the initiative roll.
Oh wait, I have a thing. Wait a minute. I have a thing that I keep forgetting to use called. Oh, it's on my pilot sheet.
I mean, you can use pilot abilities from the mech
I can?
within
It's-
reason, as long as it makes
It's
sense.
called Use Shot First. Activate this to act first whenever initiative would be rolled.
Sure, I think that costs action points, but yeah, if you want to be like,
That
oh,
does.
fuck that, and fire, you can do it. You don't have to roll initiative.
Oh, like I go before the enemies or whatever.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot my. Oh, so then you said, wait, it uses what?
Does it say that it costs action points?
Oh, 2 AP. Yes, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 AP.
So
okay.
spend 2 AP on your pilot. And then, you may open fire. You may shoot first, Mr. Solo. So there are 3 smaller blobs that are maybe the size of a person. and there are 2 bigger ones that are maybe the size of a car.
I was hoping the smaller ones were like the size of a rat. Okay, starting big.
Nope,
Um,
they're pretty big.
all right. I'm gonna go for the humanoid blob on the left.
Not humanoid, but human-sized, yeah. Sure, yes, you may fire at one of them. Make your attack roll.
17.
That's a hit, and yeah, you unload a barrage of your big heavy machine gun fire, blast through it, and it shreds like Swiss cheese, and what's left of it seems to
Become inert?
dissolve almost.
Okay.
But yeah, so conventional weaponry is working. And then from there, somebody roll initiative to determine who goes second.
17.
Okay, so one pilot chosen by the players can act first.
Since I am right by the box,
Yeah.
I want to try something. Where would you say is the biggest one? Is it like right by me? In
They're all
close
within
range?
close range of you at this point, yes.
Great. I'm gonna look at the biggest one. I'm gonna light it on fire.
Ah,
Your flamethrower,
Seems-
sure, yeah.
My flamethrower.
There's 2 biggest ones. It's a tie, but go ahead. I'll just say you go for
Roll.
a lower number.
That's a 7.
Okay, let me see.
How does it feel about fire?
Well, it certainly doesn't like it. It'll take the full effect of this. But I'm gonna say, as your tough choice, because you're using this so point blank at these guys who are coming out of this box right next to you, you're gonna take 1 SP from the fire.
No!
You're burning the calzone! No!
The calzone is burnt! I repeat, the calzone is burnt!
How much damage does it do, Gerard?
The flamethrower has the anti-organic and burn and overheat properties. I'm not
Okay,
sure
so
if
these are not
that applies
organic.
here. Damn it.
That feels worse. That they're not organic.
Gerard, how much SP does it do?
1 SP.
Okay, and then I think it's on fire now, yeah.
Yeah, it has burn with 1 parentheses.
Okay, so it'll take damage at the end of its turn. It'll just keep taking 1 damage as long as it's on fire. Which is right now. It's its turn. It's on fire.
shit.
It takes some damage. It is going to swipe at you with one of its weird, sharp tentacle things that it has. You take 3 SP from this slash.
Ouch.
Roll 15.
I just put that
and, yeah.
back!
That's its turn. Back to any of you guys who would like to go, including Brian. Brian's first shot there, I'll say, was like a surprise attack.
I want to
Yay.
see if I can hit it with my my sand cannon. They are in closer range, right?
You're back at medium. All of you guys are back at medium, but you can walk up there.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Do you want to shoot one of the little guys or one of the big guys? There's 2
I'll
of
try
each
and go for a
at this
little
point.
guy first. Ah, that's a 3. Fuck it.
Nope. That's just a whiff, unfortunately. Back to me. One of those little guys will try now to hit you, Alex, or Calcifer, your mech.
Yeah.
But I rolled a 4, so nay. Back to you guys.
I'll go again.
Go ahead, Brian. Big guy or little guy?
I'm gonna go for a big.
You know
guy.
you're capable of one-shotting the little guys if that matters to your decision making. But go ahead.
I know that I can one. How many little guys left? You say?
There are 2 little guys left. There is 1 big guy left on fire and 1 big guy left unscathed.
I'm gonna go for the right middle little one, and I rolled a 16.
Back to me. The big one is gonna run toward the group who is still hanging back, and it's going to attack John's mech, whose name escapes me.
Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
Because Honey Badger don't give a shit.
A swing at your big skinny mech legs. I got a 7, which is in that tough choice range. I'm just gonna say it hits you, but weakly. You only take 2 instead of 3.
Ouch. I will destroy you.
Then back to you guys, John or Colin.
Is it now in close range, the big boy?
So yes, the big one that's not on fire is now close to you guys. The one that's on fire is still by Giuseppe, and there's one little one over
Alright,
there as well.
I'll swing at the big guy with my sword.
Go ahead.
That's a 15.
That's a hit, and I'm pretty sure that's like 7 damage or something, right?
7 SP,
Yeah,
deadly,
you
energy, melee.
Perform a crazy combo with your sword, slice back and forth several times. It falls into bits that seem too small to maintain form, and it just sort of dissolves.
My turn.
Yes.
I cast Bang.
On the little one or the big one on fire?
Little one. Let's do the little one. 19.
Yeah, bang. Dead. Gone. Kapow. That takes us back to the top where you guys go first. All that's left is the one on fire next to Giuseppe.
I'm
Yes.
still up in its grill, correct?
It is still up in your grill. It is still on fire.
Let's see. How much damage does the 50 cal machine gun do? That's a
think
close
2.
range weapon, right?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna shoot him right in the face. If it has a face. That's a 14.
It has a front.
Bang.
Yeah, 2 damage. Ouch. And then, funnily enough, it's the only entity left, so it's its turn, and it takes the 1 burn damage, and it dies. Yeah, that just happened. Those were some sort of sentient goo particles.
Well, that was an abomination. Glad that it's dead.
That was awful. I hated
Is
looking
the
at those things.
box the box open now, or is it like partially open with like little tentacles sticking out of it?
The box is, you can finish opening it with your chainsaw, and it is now empty. There's some dust, some other sort of inactive.
Wait, how big was this box?
About 5 feet on its side.
Ah, so it's as big as a man.
But when these things came out, they kind of expand. They pack tightly. Seem to be able to alter their density.
Great.
Well,
The galaxy is now saved from the goo menace.
anything on the ground, I want you to burn. Just burn the remains.
Yeah,
I
we're done.
take my flamethrower and burn the remains.
Sure, they seem quite
Whoosh.
inactive, but not an illogical precaution.
I put them back in the box.
I
and
welded
burned
shut.
the box.
They're basically sand at this point, so it would be pretty hard to scoop them all back into the box, but...
I mean, we could take samples. No, I don't want to touch this. Burn it.
No.
Can I send a message back to the nest and see if they're still picking up interference?
What do you say?
Alright, I'll just be like, Damon to nest, are you still picking up the interference?
They come back to you on the radio. No, actually. We lost you for a minute there when you went into the area, but, you're loud and clear now.
Oh, cool.
We fixed
All right.
it.
Copy that. Be advised, we killed some ooze monsters.
Ooze monsters.
Come again?
Noted.
Sending a video clip over air now.
I will pass that info along to some of the more knowledgeable folks here, and hopefully we'll have some answers for you.
I'm not collecting samples. I don't want to touch them.
But yeah, stay safe out there. We are making progress, a bit slowly, but we should be there shortly after nightfall.
Roger that.
And that's about where we'll wrap things up for today. We've been playing about as long as we usually play. You guys have the other half or so of the points to visit that we can do next time, and then we'll do downtime next time.
Okay.
Unless you all get eaten.
True, we almost did
Yeah,
get
it's
eaten
just always a
by goo
possibility.
monsters.
Just, want to dangle
We
that over
didn't
your heads,
all
make you feel
almost
bad.
get eaten. You almost got eaten.
Actually, not really. It just kind of swiped at me.
So yeah, there's no downtime or wrap-up procedures on this episode since we're in the middle of a journey. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Share our content with your friends. All of that good stuff.
And we'll see you
be
next time.
Back again in 2 weeks, as is tradition. Until we're dead.
All right. That's an ominous thing to say. Goodbye.
Bye.
Time comes for us all.
Good night.
Bye!
Time marches on.